So you have got an offer on your house and it's conditional. Well, what do you do now? What should you expect? We're going to talk about some of your expectations, the type of conditions right after this. Hey everybody, my name is Jared Chamberlain and I am here with the Chamberlain Real Estate Group in Calgary, Alberta. And today we are talking about a conditional offer, what to expect when you have an offer, and what type of conditions and what type of expectations should you have for those conditions and how to prepare for them. So the first thing I want to talk about is the financing condition. So there really isn't much for you to do as a seller during a financing condition period. And what I mean by that is it's really up to the buyer. It's up to the buyer with their mortgage company, the lender, to work through their financing and make it happen. However, if you have a home that is kind of sold a lot higher than most other homes in your area, and let's say you did a massive renovation or a big flip on this house, and you've got a long list of expenses, and you've just dumped a ton of money into it, and that buyer bought it. Let's say everything is selling for average of $650, maybe $7, and your home went for $8. Like, it's a big difference, right? And you end up having that big difference. One thing that you could do to help the financing condition as a seller is to offer up a list of all of the renovations plus and including the costs associated with them, because the financing company, the lender of the buyer, most likely is going to have an appraisal. So this is something that you can do to help that process, help the appraiser understand the true value of what your home is, so that way the financing condition doesn't fall apart. That's one tip if you're in a situation like that. Now, the second one is home inspection. So during your home inspection, this is basically, you got an inspector coming into your house with the seller, with the buyer and with their agent, and they are there inspecting your home. You have to remember, this inspector, his job is to find the things that are wrong in your house. And so it's going to get picked apart in the report. It is going to get torn apart in terms of all the little things, hopefully not physically, because that should not happen. They cannot do an evasive, like, open up drywall, open up, poly on the wall so they can see the foundation and the base. Like, that should not happen. If that's happening, there's a problem there. But in the report, they're going to tear your house apart. That is their job. That is what they're there for. And when you go buy your next house, you are going to want the same thing, because you want to know what is wrong with this house. What are you getting into? So there's a few little things you can do to kind of help prepare for that. One of them is really clean up your mechanical room. So things like dust on top of your hot water tank or your furnace, like, just really clean all of that space up. Allow the inspector to see anything that could be hidden, let's say with moving boxes or just storage. Sometimes moving things, if you have stuff against the basement wall, move it away so then they can get in and they can move around. They can see what's in there. Same with outside. If there's stuff on the outside of the house, sometimes moving it away from the house so the inspector can see clearly what's going on, it just makes it easier for them. Because I believe buyers are okay, once they're conditional, they're okay with some problems in a house. And I think if you hide something, or you don't proactively show them or say, hey, you know what? I'm not afraid. There's nothing wrong here. So go check it out. Go look around. Go do your thing. But if you're hiding things and it feels like that to the buyer, they're gonna have suspicions, and it's just gonna feel funny for them when they're doing their inspection. So just be helpful. Move things away. Open stuff up. Don't have things locked. Just make it simple for them to do the inspection. The third type of condition that could be there is a condo document inspection condition. So if you own a townhouse or a apartment condo, anything that has a condo association attached to it, you're going to have condo documents. And so the only thing you really need to do for that is be able to have all the condo documents ready to be given to the buyer for them to inspect. They're going to either look at it themselves, they're going to take it to a lawyer, or they're going to go to a condo inspection company who is going to review all of the documents and dig into that and see what's in there. There's not much for you to do other than if a buyer has requests for documents that are missing, take it to the property managers and see if, or the condo managers, and see if you're able to get that document for them. But your agent should be able to help you with that too. And lastly, this one condition that you see come up, depends on the market, depends on lots of things. The thing of where the market's at is the sale of the buyer's home condition. So this is a condition of the buyer saying, I'm going to buy your house, but it's conditional upon me selling my house first. Now, if you get an offer like that, there are some things, and depending on your agent, you want to structure it a certain way. But I would say it's okay to do, but make sure, I think the biggest thing is making sure you know that their house is going to sell. So it's a little bit more work, but have your agent do some research on their house that they're selling. What price are they going to list it at? Can it sell for that price? How long should it take? And basically do a market valuation, a quick one, to understand, you know, is this even realistic? Is this really worth what it is? And say, let's use an example of you have your home at $500,000, you go conditional at, I don't know, $485,000, and that's the price that you agreed upon with that buyer. Now, there is a strategy for sellers to kind of push another offer in play, so get another buyer to come in, because it's still conditional and that offer can still get kicked out. It's not ideal because you're still active on the market to accept, you know, the sale of the buyer's home condition, but in doing so, if you were to drop your price to say $489,000, you know, you go about 1% or so above what you accepted, and you actually drop your price while you're still active, you can actually, you know, kick in another offer at the same price, anything like that, or even higher sometimes, that can help move things along quicker for your buyer. It's, you know, if you were in that situation, I wouldn't love it if the seller did it, but it's their right. They can do that. So sometimes, you know, you can accept it, but you can also help move along the process too as a seller, because you don't want to sit there for 2 months waiting for them to sell their house. And then you can't really move forward either, because you can't buy a house because you don't want it to do another offer subject to sale of your house, because your house is subject to the sale of someone else's house, and you can see where that can go. I've seen trains of sale of home conditions, you know, sometimes 3-4 homes long. And as soon as one of them breaks, it just breaks the whole chain. So that's not good either. So sometimes having little tricks up your sleeve are really, really helpful in that situation. So again, those are the kind of the 4 main conditions you're gonna see as a seller: is your financing condition, your home inspection condition, a condo document review, as well as the sale of the buyer's home. And there can be other conditions that come up, but they're not as common. And so hopefully this helps you in understanding a little bit about what to do as a seller during your conditional phase, because there are some things you can do to help proactively move the process along. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If it has, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with someone who you also think this is going to be helpful with. And on that note, we are out. If you have any questions, always email us at info@chamberlaingroup.ca or give us a call at 587-316-5400. We'll see you guys in the next video. If you're still watching this video, I want to thank you so much. And just for that, here are some other great videos that you can click through, a playlist about our wholesalers, guides and videos of how to sell your home better. And I hope we can help. If you have any questions, always reach out to us at 587-316-5400 at the office or info@chamberlaingroup.ca, and we'll be able to help you guys as soon as we can. Have a great day.